everyone, welcome back to Gutentea. I am Ozan and I'm so glad you're here with me today. Today we're going to talk about a topic that every woman in midlife goes through or will go through at a certain time in their lives. How to find balance when caring for everyone else but yourself. Let's step into the story of Jane, a woman in her early 50s who has spent years being the backbone of her family. She works full-time, she cares for her aging parents, she supports her children, she keeps the household running, she holds everything together, often at the cost of her own energy, her own dreams, and her own joy. And then one afternoon after her lunch break, she felt something inside. Although she could not explain it, it was a realization that she could not deny. The life that she has been living does not feel like hers anymore. Then she thought, I don't ever remember signing in for this, being an answer to everyone's questions. Laundry, grocery shopping, working full-time, doctor's appointments, ironing, making dinner, making sure everybody has breakfast and lunch. And often she would go to bed. She would be so tired that she would have cramps in her legs that she could not even sleep. If you ever felt so stretched, so unseen, or stuck in your life, Jane's story will feel familiar to you because this episode isn't just not about Jane, it's about every woman who has spent years caring for everyone else and is now wondering, when is it going to be my turn? Today we are talking about that turning point. The moment you recognize the exhaustion, the moment you admit the truth, the moment you begin to imagine something different. In that moment, there are women who even plot their own disappearance, thinking, I wish I could go somewhere and never come back, because they don't know how to change it. They don't know what to do different. And there are times, because they think something is wrong with them, they will even try something drastic, like packing their bags and leave, or moving to a different country, moving to a different state, having an affair, buying a house, buying a car that they cannot afford, because they think something is going to fix it. Or there are times even when they want to fix it, they think, if I fix it, if I stop being the person, the wife I was to my husband, then I would be judged as not being a good wife. Or I would be seen as not being a good mother to my children. The question is, where do you go from that realization? This is the time when you start to reflect. You question and reevaluate your life. Sometimes it happens slowly, and there are times it just hits you like a ton of bricks. It's a moment of truth that every woman carries. It's an awareness that the life that you've been living is no longer holding you up. And this is where you want to slow down, not rush into anything drastic that I said before. Because the question to this point isn't what's wrong with you. The real question becomes, what do I need to do to begin to honor my feelings, my wants, my desires? So let's talk about what happens next, practically, emotionally, and gently. So first, identify the truth you've been avoiding. What is it that you've been avoiding? Once you recognize it, you identify it, Do you challenge it? Start on the inside. Does your life inside match your life on the outside? Once you identify it, name the part of your life that is not working for you. Because you do know it. I can tell you for a fact, every single woman knows what is not working for them. But we are scared. We're scared to take the first step because we don't want to be judged. Because I can tell you, there are times other women will judge us because of a decision that we make. But let's say you are struggling to find what you've been looking for. Spend time in that step without shame or judgment. Spend time with yourself, rediscovering your wants, your desires, your dreams. Spend time reacquainting with yourself and your values, especially if you feel you have abandoned your values to become the people pleaser that you are today. Everything starts to become clear when you realize what's not working for you anymore. Step 2, pay attention to the things that drain you and those that nourish you. Think about your days. What leaves you feeling empty? The things you have been doing for so long for other people that do not do anything for you anymore. And actually, there are times they don't even do anything for the people that you are doing them for because you are doing them out of habit. They don't even appreciate them. You get no recognition for them. And you don't even know why you keep doing them. What drains you? Is it your responsibilities, your job or your career, your expectations, or other people's expectations of you, your relationships, or your mental or physical energy? What brings you a sense of energy or hope, even in small ways? What are the things that look or feel purposeful to you? Are you craving a meaningful relationship or career? Health improvements? Freedom from old responsibilities? Or confidence? Start looking for a pattern. This can be your way to find what's missing. You can take as much time as you need there as well, because you do not need to rush it. Step 3, choose one small thing to work on. You know, it does not have to be a big or dramatic change, just one small thing you can work on, something that seems doable. It can be on your health, making a doctor's appointment that you've been dreading for a long time. It could be mending a relationship that was important once to you, or walking away from one that is dysfunctional, that serves you no purpose. It could also be delegating a task to your husband, to your kids, because you know they can do it. Maybe it is saying no to something you've been saying yes to out of habit. Maybe it is giving yourself 10 quiet minutes in the morning or in the evening, or end in the evening. Remember, small steps build self-trust, and self-trust builds momentum. Step 4, make space for your own voice again. You know, when you've spent years caring for everyone else, your own desires get pushed back. You start losing your own voice. You don't even recognize who you are. So you need to reconnect with your desires again. Maybe it is just writing in a journal or a notebook for 5 minutes. Maybe you take a walk without your phone. Maybe you ask yourself, what do I want more in my life? Your inner voice isn't gone. It's just been waiting for you to listen. Step 5, ask for support instead of carrying everything alone. This is a big step. You are going to hear that again and again from me, that you do not need to do this alone. because getting unstuck is not a solo journey. Support may look like asking your family to take one more thing. It might look like talking to a therapist or a coach. It might look like sharing your truth with a friend who gets it. Remember, a friend who gets it. I remember one time I was going through a tough time and I thought I wanted to speak to a friend, and I started saying something to that friend. I haven't even begun the story yet. And she said to me, "Leave that man alone." So it taught me to not share anything with anyone. So if you feel that way, find a therapist. There's no shame in that. You will not be judged. Your therapist will not tell you to leave that person alone. When you stop doing everything alone, your life begins to expand. As we close today, I want to leave you with this. You know, Jane's story isn't rare. It's not dramatic. It's not a failure. It's a moment that so many women reach quietly, often alone. If you've heard pieces of yourself in her story, her longing, her truth, take that as a sign, not a judgment. A sign that something inside you is ready for something different, a change. You don't have to change your life overnight. You don't have to know the whole path. You only need one step at a time. Maybe that step is a rest. Maybe it's asking for help. Maybe it's admitting what you have outgrown your responsibilities, that you don't want to do the things that you've been doing for years and years and years again. It's been 18 and 20 years. You need a change. Change is okay. Not doing the same thing is okay. You know, some of us, we go through life without help, without the support system that we need. We don't need anybody, we don't have anyone to come and help us clean the house. We get tired and we want to escape from those responsibilities. We are not bad people because of that. We're not bad women. We're not bad mothers. We're not bad wives. We just need something different. Sometimes it is just allowing yourself to want something different. It is fine. And whatever it is, let it be slow and gentle. Let it be yours, no one else. This time you are choosing yourself. You are hearing your own voice, not the voices of those you've been caring for so long. So stay also in that stage for as long as you want to, because you want to feel it. You don't want to escape it. Stay connected. Join the conversation. Subscribe to my channel. Share your reflections with me. Or simply keep listening. You don't have to navigate this alone. You are allowed to grow, to change, and to choose yourself one gentle step at a time. May something here meet you where you are and walk with you for a little while. And wherever you are, whatever you carry, may this space remind you that renewal is possible and that you are not walking alone. Until next time.